tired. I just feel the pressure of the things that I have in mind. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I can't adjust it for a while. I really want to see what it looks like. To have a moment I know that would be mine. When the windows are all closed, like a picture of a time. When the future is a hole you're looking for. Save me from everything. Tell me where to find my way. I'm just looking for something. I can't make it another day. 'Cause I'm falling down, fade away. 'Cause I'm falling down. This is what I know, I just keep running. I was working fast and hard, never thinking about now. But living unhappy thanks to all the things that I have to try. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I can't adjust it for a while. I really want to see what it looks like. To have a moment I know that would be mine. Would be mine.
Welcome everybody to the Vigilante Racing League, as they kind of have a mix of a, I don't know if you want to call it a recruitment race, but they've been recruiting, and we got a interesting one here for you guys today at Kentucky Speedway. We're here with the Bluegrass Brawl, where 100 laps, 150 miles is all that is in these drivers' way from a decent payday and a little bit of glory to go along with it. My name is Alan Brown, and I am joined in the booth with Mr. Alan English. Alan, how you feeling tonight, man?
Feel excited. Nothing better than night racing with these trucks. It's always fun to watch, and it's going to even be more fun to watch tonight because these guys are fighting for some pretty good payouts. Looks like we got $125 that's going to go to the winner. Second's going to pay out $75, third $25, and they're also throwing in a $25 prize for the fastest lap of the race. So, man, it's going to get serious towards the end. The guys are going to be racing for money, so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
And down there on pit road, we got Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, man, hope that cooler is stocked tonight because we're in for a fantastic show.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, it definitely is, of course. And Kentucky at night, I mean, it's going to be a cool track. Should be super fast. And the deal with this, man, these guys are paying big money. I'm talking like you may have to, me get audited by the IRS. And you can claim that you're a semi-professional race car driver, volunteer firefighter, and amateur tattoo artist after you win this race. So, hey, I'm super excited to see a big money payout like this, and I think it's going to make for some clean racing, at least until the end.
And as always, Vigilante Racing League would like to thank D&D Race Graphics. I believe that is by Mr. Ricky Wittenberg. He's been helping these guys along with some paints as well as a little bit of funds to kind of sponsor this series. So again, special thanks to him, and be sure to check him out at D&D Race Graphics for some fantastic looking car paint schemes as these drivers start to head out onto the track for their first little bit of qualifying. We'll kind of let you all know what they're in for here tonight. And again, that's going to be 100 laps, 150 miles around this mile-and-a-half track. Nice, pleasant weather here in Kentucky tonight, so these drivers shouldn't have too much of an issue right off the bat with some grip. But we do have to keep in mind, and that's going to be your key to the races, mind your tires. This track will eat them up.
And it's going to be real tempting to push these tires because, as Adam mentioned, track temp is only 77 degrees, ambient 74. So, yeah, there's going to be grip galore until you burn that right front up, and then it's going to push like a dump truck.
Well, and they have only 3 sets of tires for this race, so you're going to have to think about that. 75% fuel and 2 fast repairs. So you're going to have to use some strategy here to end up in the top. That's for dang sure.
As these drivers put in their qualifying laps so far, Jess Vaught, he's got the quickest time out there, but their times are rolling in, and man, they're pretty darn close. I think we're in for some great racing here today.
Yeah, full 35 car field. So, yeah, this could be a lot of cars on the track. It's going to get crowded at times.
Yeah, some new names we haven't seen. I think the recruiting has gone well. It's looking like, and they're going to start this league next week, and every week you can make money. $25 to the winner, $15 second, and third place is $10 weekly. So, hey, what better way to spend your evening than enjoying yourself on iRacing and making a little cash?
As we jump through these fields, you could hear there as we were riding around, those tires just absolutely screaming through these corners, especially turns 3 and 4. I got a feeling we might see some cars end up in that outside wall as the tires get kind of burnt out here, as just a about everybody has put in a pretty solid time here. Seeing the nice pink machine of Eric Klafka right now kind of finish up his attempts.
It's an abrasive track surface with not a whole ton of banking, so it kind of reminds me of almost like a Miami type track. But yeah, hopefully these guys keep it off that outside wall, because once you kind of get in the wall, if you don't hold it up there, you're going to come back down and wreck a few more guys and ruin a few more nights.
Yeah, and I don't know if my memory is correct, but I raced this track in Xfinity. I believe I got the right front down to 5%.
Yeah, you did. I remember that.
So this is super tough on that front right, and they're going to have to pay attention because you will hit that wall, like you were saying, Brown, in 3 and 4.
As like this kind of qualifying this qualifying session, comes to a close. You got Russ Kilgore sneaking up to take that top spot away. So great job from him. You also got Alex. Man, English, you better at the French than me, but the 19 of Alex Berube.
Forget Berube, yeah.
Yeah, he's driving that Montreal Canadiens car, so we can only imagine where he's from.
All right, well, that's the most we're going to mention him, because I am a Bruins fan, and us and the Canadians don't get along.
Whoa, wait.
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
Let's take it real serious up there, don't y'all?
A couple Canadians in here come to his defense. I know the 27 of Jack Dixon's also from Canada.
As I believe all the people that have qualified, it looks like have. We got a few guys that didn't put a lap in. They just might be thinking about starting in the back away from any mess. And we are going to enter into a little bit of a warm-up session as the admins here kind of give out a little race meeting spiel. And, some of these guys, they really probably want that little bit of extra practice, seeing where they might have qualified and been like, hey, I got to find that extra 10th or whatever just to try to find my way up to that front. Or just take this time, go to the bathroom and get a beverage or anything like that.
Yeah, I missed Angelica Timmerman and Greg Dobson, also from Canada. So
yeah, I think
you're outnumbered, Brown.
Last week, dispatch looks like she's got a dispatcher paint, back the blue dispatcher type of thing. Pretty awesome. We support our local first responders, dispatchers, obviously military. So cool paint schemes going on out here.
There's some people starting to kind of make their way out onto that track to warm up. Like we see the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. He's making his way out and about. Same thing with Clinton Chambers and Brian Jablonski.
Jablonski, yep. Wasn't he in Animal House? I don't know. If it was me, I just probably wouldn't participate in this 10-minute warm-up. I'd probably be a little nervous, using the restroom, taking a break, because it's going to get a little scary out there the first couple laps on those cold tires.
And it's going to be a long race, too, so you want to make sure that you got everything fully empty, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to be sitting in there, sitting in that racing rig or, VR headset or whatever you got rolling.
Well, I mean,
it's going to be a while.
Some of these drivers may do that thing from Houston to Florida when you're an astronaut and you're stalking the other astronaut. They may pull that maneuver. I don't know.
I remember that. Was she had a diaper on or something?
Yeah, she wore diapers.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway, that's off topic. I'm sorry. Couldn't help myself. But it's a little extra practice ain't gonna hurt anybody.
Pretty decent driving for most of these guys. I have not seen hardly anything happen on track as far as cars going around or people getting in the wall. And these guys looks like they may have put some practice in, knowing that a little bit of cash is on the line.
And you know what? Even a couple of weeks ago, the last time we broadcasted these guys in one of their recruitment races, They were at, I believe it was Auto Club, and I believe we went green flag the entire way.
The whole race went green. That was something else.
And that was also, I think that was 100 laps as well. So, you know, I'm hoping a lot of these guys, as we actually see Jack Dixon there, just scraping that wall. And, you know, I'm hoping a lot of those guys carried over and decided to stick with this. They are kind of trying to keep it to your average Joe kind of a sim racing league. You know, they did put a cap on the I rating of 3,000, which, I mean, still, if you got a 3,000 I rating, that's pretty darn good. I mean, I know mine's right around the 1,200 mark, and Turner, I think yours is still in the single digits, isn't it?
300, I would somewhere right. Yeah, thanks for calling me out, but yes, I was going to mention myself. I would probably fit in with these guys.
Sub 1,000 club.
Yeah,
I think I'm
yeah.
a part of that one.
Yeah, no.
But it's good that they put that cap on there just to kind of keep it, you know, keep it competitive. I mean, you don't want the same guy, you know, with a 8,000 I rating come in here and winning the purse every week. You know, you want to kind of keep it real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, keep it real, and you're going to have a good group of people. You're going to be racing the whole season together. You know, they're going to be split up into teams. You know, you're going to find friends, you're going to find enemies, but that's what this stuff's all about, you know. And I always talk about this at every race. It's fireworks. I don't know if we'll see any today. I don't think we saw much fireworks last time, but that's kind of my deal. I wouldn't mind seeing a little.
So we got about a little under 6, actually approaching 5 minutes left in this warm-up. And, you know, I'm obviously looking forward to some great racing action that we've kind of come to expect from these guys, even though we just watched them once. And Alan English, I know you're along that same way. You're actually probably really looking to see what their tire management and pit strategy is going to be. And I'm only gonna guess that, Mr. Turner, you're expecting some wrenches to be flown in your neighborhood down there.
I hope. That's all I can say is I hope so.
Yeah, I hope we get if we do get if it does go green, you know, the whole way, I'll definitely be interested to see if we have some different strategies go on. You know, guys who maybe opt for 2 instead of 4, which that doesn't really work out a whole, you know. Work out that many times out of 10, but we may see something like that tonight. You know, guys taking a risk, especially late.
Yeah, and I'd like to mention this. Our broadcast partner, Mr. English, is basically sitting through a tornado right now, so he's risking his life to put this show on. So if we lose him at some point, say a prayer. Please.
Yeah, no tornado yet. It's just a severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-an-hour winds coming in. I can hear the thunder, but the meat of it ain't here yet. So if I drop out suddenly, that's what happened.
Well, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that could happen. So I just was letting everybody know that we may lose you, and then it's just gonna be me. I'm not the fun one like he is. So be me and Brown. But we could make it happen.
You are more than capable, trust me.
We'll manage, but I'd rather not lose you. What are you seeing out there, Brown? How are these times clicking away with these guys?
They're just clicking away. I think some of these guys that didn't qualify so great are trying to find a little bit of extra, and the guys that kind of believe they've got a decent feel out here, I believe they're just kind of sitting, relaxing, saving their shoulders and whatnot for anything that may come about.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 085 of Greg Dobson. He qualified 30th. He's going to grid 30th, but right now he's got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got the 7th best time out there in warm up, I believe. Hang on a second, let me look. Nope, I had it sorted wrong. My bad. No, he's still down the list a ways, but the 35, David Mayberry, he's gonna be your bottom car right now on guys that put a time in. Alex Forget, Forget
Alex, the Canadian. French Canadian.
Barube. Forget Barube. So far with your top time in warm-up, he's going to be gridding 9th, but right now he's the fastest guy in the warm-up session.
Well, I have found your favorite driver already. Bradley Wright in the number 16 car. Air Force paint with the camo. It looks pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
We all love the Air Force. Around here, anyway.
Ah, that is a pretty slick-looking paint there.
I like it. I'm going to steal that one. I'm going to find out.
Where you got it?
Find out where he got that one. I like the tailgate and everything on it. And the wing nut on the hood. I like it.
Well, I found another interesting paint. Jeff Snyder. It's got, looks like chicken wings on the front. Now, that's my kind of paint job. You got chicken wings on the front. So, or chicken legs, some kind of chicken.
Is it the chicken pit special or?
No, it says lap traffic. But it looks like chickens on the front. I don't know. I like seeing all these different paint jobs with these guys.
I do too. It's fun.
Lap Traffic Racing Team is his sponsor, so warm-up gives us a chance to kind of get to see these paints and
Yeah, for sure.
stuff like that.
Tim Rivers. I see Tim Rivers in here. You don't think that's the Tim Rivers from HCK Beagles League, do you?
I don't know.
Can't be that many Tim Rivers around.
I think there's probably a bunch.
I don't know, and if it is, he quickly changed his paint to a Superflow pink car. We'll definitely be able to pick that one out of the lineup.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the old Days of Thunder machine there, one of them.
Sharp. Neat looking throwback schemes like that. I love them.
You also got the 24 Stemco car coming into the pits from Steve, I believe that's Seagars?
Seegers, cigars.
Seegers?
I like Bob Seeger with the S.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know. Just guessing. Spelled the same. Minus the S.
And as we work through the season, once the season gets started next week, I'm sure we'll get told if we say somebody's name wrong. Don't be afraid to shoot us a message in the DMs or on the chat channel.
Yeah, but be nice. I mean, we're just having fun here. Please don't be mean to us.
As our cars start to grid up here, we'll do a field rundown and tell you where your favorite driver is starting out here today. And Mr. Russ Kilgore in the 7 truck, he's going to be starting on pole position with Zach Wheeler on his outside, starting in 4th. You got Josh Bittner starting here 7th with Zachary Self starting in 8th. Got the 19 of Alex Forget Barube starting in 9th with Joshua Oxendine rounding out your top 10.
24 of Steve. Let us know how bad we're butchering it. Starting 11th. The 00 of Jacob Schaffet starting in 12th. The 12 of Albert Anderson, who already has a fan on Facebook saying, "Hey, Albert, I see you," starting in 13th. The 4 of Alexander Gray starting 14th. The 6 of Trevor Robertson starting 15th. The 3 of Austin Paul 16th. The 88 of Klafka in 17th. The 55 of Ricky Wittenberg in 18th. Kelly Cool in the 01 starting in 19th. Jonathan Osborne in the 81 starting 20th. Brian Jablonski in the 07 starting 21st. And rounding out your top 22, the 027 of Angelica Timmerman in 22nd.
It's pretty fast because I think we're going to get going quickly.
Get it.
Dustin Reel, I believe that is, 23rd. Clinton Chambers, 24th. Jack Dixon, 25th. Cody Kelly, 26th. Bradley Wright, 27th. Jeffrey Green, 28th. David Mayberry, 29th. Greg Dobson, 30th. And that's where it gets confusing on my screen. So, we kind of stretched out a little bit there. Can you guys help me out after 30?
Pace car's off, man. We're going.
Pace car's off. It looks like it's Gary Godso, Greg Dobson.
77 on the outside. Already making a move before the start-finish line.
we're already green flag racing here. Man, that was quick. 3 wide there in row number 3. Got that 77 car of Zachary Self working his way up quite a few spots. Up 3 already. Looks like Russ Kilgore up there at the front, though, hanging on pretty well as the 753 starts to go a little wide, almost 3 wide back here.
This is a wide track, so expect to see several different lines going on at one time. They can do it pretty well here if they're patient.
Man, talk about a jumble of cars as the 33 of Jess Vought's working on that inside. He's got Zachary Wheeler in that middle with Russ Kilgore working up high. Tight pack racing here going on through turns, I believe that's 3 and 4. Only a lap in, working on a lap number 2 right now, and still 3 wide as they're going to come across the line.
These guys are crazy, man. Pretty wild beginning to this thing, but clean.
Jeffrey Green just set the fastest lap from the 26th position, 30.94.
As they kind of shuffle out single file out of the main pack here, but you still get a little bit of action going on as we can see the 13 drifting out a little wide there, and almost going to be 3 wide again here in the middle. And man, these guys are doing a great job keeping it held together here when it's 3 wide.
Yeah, him and that 63 Toyota were working together pretty well right there, but now it looks like they're going to go side by side as they go down the back stretch here.
Yeah, I think they're going to be coming up almost pretty quickly on David Mayberry. I don't know what's wrong with him. Car number 35 is in position 33. He's must have had a bad start.
Could have also started from the pits as here 1 through, I'm going to say 5 are kind of single filed out while people are still fighting for positions. You got Josh Bittner here in 5th, working on the 7 of Russ Kilgore. So Russ Kilgore dropping back quite a few spots from where he started.
Zach Wheeler, the race leader, just set the fastest lap, a 30.76. So keep in mind, guys, if he wins and he has the fastest lap, he wins $150, not just the 125.
Yeah, that's good money right now for amateur, semi-professional race car driving.
Man, you ain't kidding.
That's the 77 of Zachary Self found a little bit of hole and put himself right where his truck wanted to be, and now he's working on that back bumper of Jeremiah Burke, sitting right there in front of him, going inside, trying to maybe get a run coming out of turns 1 and 2. And I think they're going to be 2 wide racing there for a good little bit, but we're going to take a quick little break from using our speaking voices and going to give you guys a little bit of a crank it up section.
Crank it up.
Man, oh man, those things sound so good. As we get a little bit of action going on, we got the 19 of Alex Forget Berube getting around that 63 of Joshua Oxendine. So he's been making some moves, and another person making some moves, that's going to be the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. He's currently up 6 spots from where he started, so he's been having a pretty good run. Yeah,
Big Daddy D, Derek Schimmel on Facebook saying, let's go get it, guys. Taver Mallory saying he loves this beast of a track and looking forward to an awesome show. On the YouTubes, Brandon Decay, I think it's how you say it, saying go Alex Gray. So Alex has a fan out there. Justin Hutchinson pulling for several guys. He says go Ox, Tyler, Alex, Puff, Wheeler, Jack, and Self. So he's got a whole list of people to cheer for.
Wow, and they're coming up on lap traffic now, Brown, aren't they?
They are a little bit. Looks like that would be the 35 of Dave Mayberry. Now officially going one lap down and only 12 laps into this thing. So he might have started from the pits here. But Zach Wheeler doing a pretty good job. He's running out front by about half a second. And then there's a pretty good gap between Timothy Pope and Jess Vaudes. We got some fights going on right behind him. You got Russ Kilgore and the 84 of Bittner. As it looks like, I believe that was the 35 shuffling his way back through the track there.
Yeah, the 07 of Brian Jablonski had a connection issue and got disconnected, but he has reconnected. He is back, so hopefully he can get back out on the track and make up some positions.
Well, you got a couple of packs here that are kind of running together, 14 on back, and they're still racing as well. So now it's a tire game. Who's saving? Who's burn them up? You know, we're 13 laps in. You're going to start feeling it at this point.
Oh, as we were almost getting ready for some contact, as we were 3 wide between the 6 of Trevor Robertson, Albert Anderson, and Jonathan Osborne. So good job from those guys from avoiding a little bit of contact and possibly ruining some races. But for the most part, other than that crazy start, it's been relatively tame as we're 3 wide up here for 5th.
Oh, man. They're making it exciting to watch, that's for sure.
Well, when you put money on the line, people start racing, right? So, pretty cool that this is for money, and the league hadn't even started yet.
Yeah, well, this still got another week.
And you got the 77 and the 7 going side by side almost this entire lap. Which has given that 63 of Joshua Oxendine some time to catch up as the 7 shuts the door off pretty firmly right in front of him. But he's still going to hang around down there on that inside. Looks like he will take over that position from the 7, moving up into 7th. A lot of 7s going on here.
And all that occurring right behind the 753. Possibly the highest car number I've ever seen in an iRacing race. The 753 of Jeremiah Burke. Running in 5th, holding that top 5 down, but looks like the 77 challenging as he runs down on the apron here.
He's trying to challenge, and that apron transition is going to get very dangerous as these tires start to kind of wear down. So if you're side by side, that is not a place you would necessarily want to be. It's still there, side by side, right there at his kind of rear quarter panel. Trying to maybe get a run. The problem is on that inside line, that outside guy is kind of controlling how much you can actually run off of the corner.
Several cars in the wall back here. The 77, the 00, right behind the 63. The Oxendine.
Shop it. They had a little issue.
Yeah.
I think they're not realizing how these tires are affecting them. You know, you're getting a groove. Your lift point, you're probably thinking it's the same as the last lap, but it isn't.
Yeah, you got to start backing that up as you get some tire wear in. How do you see this playing out, Adam? They only got 3 sets of tires. Do you go ahead and pit it? You know, try to pit at 1/3 intervals here and try to split it up that way.
I think 3 is plenty. So I think as soon as you start to feel it and you can't control it and you're losing a lot of ground, that's what I'd go in. But of course, I have the 300 I rating, so I don't really know. But you know, I would use them when you need them. It's a long race.
As we see the 13 of Tyler Green, trying to work that outside away from Jacob Shoffett, which he does. So, starting to see some different lines come into play as Zachary Self and Joshua Oxendine are starting to battle it out some more.
Yeah, the 34 of Jeffrey Green is back here in 20th. He is up 8 spots. So far, he's your biggest mover of the race in that 34 car, so making tracks.
Oh, as maybe a little bit of a late run there from the 7, trying to shoot up the inside of that 77, and he gets a little loose and almost tags the wall, but he's able to hang on to it. So these guys are definitely pushing these tires to the absolute limit here in this opening section, because they realize, if this thing goes green and it comes down to kind of how well you can do a pit stop, any time whatsoever that you can try to keep up with the leader is a good thing.
So is this the point where you start to worry, Adam? Do you start saying, might as well pit at lap 25 and then do 50 and 75 because it might go green the whole way?
I would right about then I would start thinking about it. I guarantee you these right fronts they're turning into trash at this point. So if you don't know how to kind of conserve tires like somebody like me, 25 is probably a good number. But then you got to remember, this is a tricky entrance into pit road, so when you're going green, it could make for some problems, penalties or overshoot your box or whatever.
Is it a matter of visibility? I mean, just being able to see where the pit entrance is, or is it just the speed difference?
I think it's both, combination of both, and your tires are gone. So, and there's guys running up behind you. You got to make sure you let them know that, hey, you're going to pit.
Yeah, someone who's feeling it a little bit is that 3 of Austin Paul. He was battling up there for 15th with Trevor Robertson, but he's let a few guys by now at this point and slid down to 19th. So we got people all around, and if you make a little bit of mistake and kind of second guess your tires, you're in for a rude awakening of a freight train coming through, as Timothy Pope has cut the lead down to about a quarter of a second to Zach Wheeler up here at the lead. Jess Vaught again still cruising around in third. Josh Bittner having a pretty good run here. He's up into fourth, up 3 spots with Alex Forget Barubi in the 19. He's also sliding up his way into a top 5.
Yeah, that was Albert Anderson's dad on Facebook giving him a shout out. He just clarified that for us. Thanks for watching, Albert. We appreciate it.
1 hit the wall a little bit. I'm riding along Brian Jablonski. He made it back in here. He's in the Clockwork Orange car. He's got a lot of ground to make up, but
that's a crazy movie.
Yeah, crazy movie, like a crazy start for him.
Yeah, showing him quite a few laps down. But yeah, he's gonna have the better tires out of everybody so far here, so he can make up some time until we get our a caution or a first round of pit stops going, as we got a fight between Seegers and Burke and Green all up here fighting for kind of like a top 10, top 8 position.
Yeah, they're keeping it close right here. The 13 coming around, standing in front of the 753. He may be trying to push this 24, kind of trying to help him maybe make a mistake. It's time to start getting going.
Now, what do you think about drafting in a track like this? How does it help these trucks, or does it help these trucks at all?
Well, we talk a lot about how big a hole these things punch in the air. I mean, even if it's not a whole lot of draft, it may be enough just to kind of keep you behind that truck in front of you, and where you're not having to use as much throttle to stay with them. So I think it probably definitely is a factor. It's just not as big and noticeable of a factor as it would be at Talladega or Daytona.
And we just had the 19 get around that 84 to move up into 4th. So Alex is having a fantastic run here, and we're quickly approaching this third of the way through mark, and these guys have not stopped racing for anything, as we see the 13 start to work the inside of the 24 of Steve Seegers, as well as back here in like 18th. We got a fight still between the 6 and the 3. The 3 of Austin Paul and the 6 of Trevor Robertson. These guys have been side by side for a couple laps now.
Yeah, man, they're brawling all over the track, and that's why they named it the Bluegrass Brawl. Vigilante Racing D&D Race Graphics presents this race for y'all. And hey, man, this is clean as heck. It's going to be interesting how we start this pit strategy coming up.
As we watch here, the
taker.
12 of Albert Anderson working on that 753 car of Jeremiah Burke. And it looks like he will just kind of get the run on that inside line. So he'll have his one car in front of him to possibly get up into a top 10 as just everybody fighting for every little inch that they can. As now you got Zachary Self fighting the inside of the Mr. Burke.
So at this point, I would just kind of say, I'd try to make it a 2-stop race. That way you have a set of tires right at the end in case we do get a green-white checker or something like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking now is looking at the 085 of Greg Dobson, one of our Canadian guys. He's up 9 spots right now in that 21st position.
Yeah, Jonathan Osborne's down here on pit road. He had an issue getting into his pit box, so that's going to slow him down a bit.
Yeah, it looks like he's served. Oh no, he didn't serve a penalty. He just had problems getting it in. I got you.
Yeah. We're going to see some more of that. Cody Kelly was in the pits too. So those are only 2 takers so far, looks like.
I bet once you see lap 33 come up here, you're going to see a few more guys wanting to split this thing up into a 2-stop race.
As we see Timothy Pope close that gap on Zach Wheeler. As Zach Wheeler, your leader, comes down pit lane, so Timothy Pope is going to be leading the lap here at this Bluegrass Brawl. As Alex Forget-Berube, he's working on that back bumper of Jess Vaught, finding his way up into 3rd, trying to get up into 2nd. He's having a fantastic late run here.
So you can see that the times have dropped off about 2 seconds since the start of the race. So the longer these guys stay out, if you do the math, I mean, they're losing 2 seconds a lap on the guys that have brand new tires. So once that leader came in, I thought we'd see quite a few more takers here, but they're kind of taking their time getting to pit road.
Yeah, I mean, it's their own personal strategy, their team strategy. As I'm watching Jacob Shoffett, he's kind of sticking with the program. He's up to P9, but he's going to have to get that thing in the pits at some point. Got damage to his back right.
So we got a little bit of a battle between the 7 of Kilgore and the 12 of Anderson, kind of fighting and figuring out as the 12 comes down into the pits. So
Anderson's with him too, coming down the pits. The 12, Albert Anderson.
So you got Ricky Wittenberg now kind of staying out and battling with Klafka. These two, even though this has been a kind of short, a relatively new league, these guys have raced together before, so I'm sure those two are talking, trying to come up with a strategy and be like, hey, we're the OGs. Let's go win this thing, man.
Seeing 3s and 4s pit, we're not seeing huge groups, so that may be a little bit of the difficulty of getting onto pit road here, getting yourself in position to make that pit stop.
As the 33 of Jess Vaught is now coming out of the pits. He just recently went in, so we still got a few drivers left to go. I'm going to say about 17 who still need to pit, as battle between Wittenberg and Klafka just coming to an end, as they've got some lap cars, but with fresher tires sitting right in front of them. As now we got a whole group of people coming down pit road.
Here we go. Here comes the rest of them.
As,
Austin Paul's coming in. It's terror time. Toyota.
The 84 of Josh Bittner staying out, as well as the 55 of Wittenberg. Wittenberg, he's still staying out. And these two are your only two that have not pitted yet, that are at least still on that lead lap.
Here comes Ricky, and here comes Josh. They're both coming in right now.
All right, so this is going to cycle through the field. It's going to be a race to see where people end up, as both Zach Wheeler and Alex Forget-Berube all have pitted already. Kind of seeing where everybody comes out and around. Man,
A lot of single file action on the track. I'm telling you, this kind of strategy. This might be your race decider. It won't always be, who races the most aggressive. It just might be the guy that has the best timing coming in and getting off a pit road here.
And one of those names, we've been saying him because he's been hard charging through this race. The 19 of Berube, he's now taken right up to the bumper of Zach Wheeler. He kind of he pitted one lap later, so maybe that knowing he's a little bit quicker on the older tires and staying out paid to his advantage, as they've got a little bit of lap traffic going on with the 81.
You know what Alex also just did? He set the fastest time of the race again. So
Yeah,
he's in line for $25.
he's out there working harder than a real French Mrs. Poindexter. That guy is smoking hot in that Montreal Canadiens paint.
As we got a battle here for third between Jess Vaught and Timothy Pope. Looks like Pope is going to try to take it up the inside of Vaught, and Vaught's not going to fight him too hard. I think everyone realized what the tires were like at the end of the run there, and realized, we might need to save a little bit more.
Yeah, guys are being a little bit more careful now, huh?
Yeah, but
saving them for a rainy day.
Pretty careful, Jess Vaught and that skull paint job he's got. That's kind of a one-of-a-kind type of thing. It looks cool. I don't know who painted it, but shout out to him.
But don't fool that with people not willing to race, as we got Joshua Oxendine and Steve Seegers. They're all battling it out here, and it just tells you, even though everyone pitted, as the 7 comes flying up and is kind of pushing that 63 along.
We did have a couple of the lap cars. The 16 was one of them, who kind of stayed low and maybe lifted a little bit out of the gas and let these lead lap cars around. Pretty classy move, when you're a couple, 3 laps down, and let these other guys race. That's a smart move.
You can see here kind of the race for 7th. A lot of guys in that bubble. You got Russ Kilgore and Jeremiah and Joshua. I mean, we got a very tight gap between everybody.
81 of Jonathan Osborne. We hadn't really said his name much tonight, but he's back there in front of the 37 of Dustin Riley, I think is how you say it. These guys they're not making a lot of positions, but they're not losing a bunch. They're just running their race and trying to stay safe and be solid out there.
As our field's slowly starting to cycle back around to after these pit stops, and you can still kind of see that people where they pitted are roughly ending up right where they were, other than a few big movers there on the pit road. I mean, Tim Rivers.
How about him?
I got him up 14 spots. He's currently a little bit back behind the 58 of Chambers, and that's going to be for a top 20 spot.
Well, look at these first two, the Frenchmen, or the French Canadians, and then Zach Wheeler there.
They're side by side coming across the line right now, and Zach Wheeler just able to hold him off on that outside.
And both of those guys know that, it's not who's ahead now, it's who's ahead at the end of lap 100. But still, they're trying to make it interesting out there, aren't they?
They are. As
love tap right there.
As the 19 is able to take that position away, and that window for Zach has kind of closed if you wanted to really fight side by side for him and try to save a little bit of rubber. As we got a little bit of a fight back here in 6 as well. Got the 84 and the 24 kind of going at it a little bit.
Steve Seeger's in the 24. They're going at it.
Yeah, Tyler Green's back here in P9 in the Green Stag race, and I don't know if we mentioned him, but lime green car, he's hanging in there.
You can't miss that car, can you? You can see that thing from space, boy.
Behind him is Jeremiah Burke in the 10 car Budweiser. So 753, that's a big number as well.
As Alexander Gray is also currently up there. He's in a top 10 spot, but he's got pressure from Burke, and Burke's working on that outside of him. And I've been seeing a few people make that outside line work pretty well, especially when it came to the exits, as that inside car was not able to push out as far as they would hope.
Yeah, there's something to be said about pressure from a car behind you. I don't know how you guys race and how you guys feel when you race, but if I've got a car that's right behind me putting pressure on me, more often than not, it causes me to make a mistake because I'm worried about that car. Where's that car behind me? And I'm not watching what I'm doing and hitting my marks in front of me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way when you're racing a oval like a technical oval like this.
Yes, I freak out and start hitting walls and doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
It's called pressure.
Yes, sir.
And it's kind of like a game of chess. This isn't checkers. This is chess. It's a simulation, not a game. These guys are... There's a lot of thought that goes into it, you know. So, believe it or not, these guys are thinking, and it's very straining out there on the track, especially a track like this. Like you said, for an oval, this is a technical track.
Albert Anderson pulling for his son, the 12 of Albert Anderson, saying, "Go, son." He's doing a pretty good job. He's holding his own. He's still in the lead lap in 14th place right now, so... Good on you, 12. Keep it up.
14th place, as it looks like we still have 24 cars still on that lead lap. So, but these leaders are slowly and surely coming around through this field, as Ricky Wittenberg is having a little bit of pressure coming from behind of the three of Austin Paul.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx this deal, but have we seen a caution with these guys at all? I mean, this race or previous race? I'm just saying, man, this is clean. It's a little too clean for me. You know, I like the fighting and whatnots.
As the 728 of Pope takes away second position away from Zach Wheeler. We're more than halfway through this race now, and Ruby is kind of leaving these guys out there in the dust.
Yeah, I just saw Ricky Wittenberg's picture on his little driver slide at the bottom of the screen. I said, you know, he looks a lot like Brewster Baker.
Oh man, six pack. Does he have a bunch of kids running around fixing that car?
I don't know. He may.
And stealing everything under the sun.
Oh, what a movie that was.
Yeah, probably went over a lot of these guys' heads. Hope some older folks are watching like us so they understand.
Yeah.
I got Tyler Green taking 6 away from Russ Kilgore. So Russ having a little bit of a rough night after starting up there at the front. He's down to 7th, so still a little bit of racing here to be done. You know, we keep talking about some of these people in the back. I mean, Kelly Cool up 2 spots in 17th currently, just been kind of plugging and prodding along here.
He's
keeping his nose out of trouble, and but you know, just in front of him you've got Greg Dobson up 15 spots, currently in 14th now as everything cycles around.
Yeah.
He's actually up into 12th as of that last timing loop, but I think my thing is a little off.
Yeah, the 01 of Cool. I mean, keeping that car clean, he's doing a pretty good job of it. Up 4 spots. Looking for a few more as it looks like the 12 of Albert Anderson has another fan on Facebook. Audrey Sessions pulling for the 12, saying, "Go number 12 Anderson."
Yeah, I'm a fan of a lot of these guys. Look at this number 34 car. He's in 18th place, but he's driving a Thunder Mifflin truck. So Jeffrey Green, everybody
Dwight
likes
Schrute. Dwight Schrute is his crew chief, I think, tonight.
Yeah, I would hope not. He wouldn't get much done.
He's not having a too terrible night for himself here as well. Also, we got, let's see. I don't know, is he currently running? Nope. So we'll move up to the 07 of Brian Jablonski. He's having a rough night. He's down 12. I think he's currently sitting on like 33rd or so.
He had connection problems, and it's like Jack Dixon's got manually disconnected, so he gone.
He gone. As also Eric Klafka, he's down quite a few in that 88. He's currently sitting right behind that 36. So the pink cars might be having a little team meeting and saying, "Hey, we got to represent here."
Adam, do you remember a guy named Brandon on YouTube that said a couple of races ago, I guess he said, "Go Alex, currently 9th on the track, but number 1 in my heart." You remember that?
I do remember that.
He's back again tonight.
He's
Brandon,
back.
watching on YouTube, we appreciate you, man. Pulling for Alex Gray, I think.
Yeah, he's got a fan club, and Josh Bittner, he's clicking those laps along in P5 84 car. Keller Williams Johnson City truck. I'm guessing that's Johnson City, Tennessee. Looks like he has a D&D graphics, race graphics logo on his truck as well.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's these guys that sponsor most of these races. And D&D Race Graphics. D&D as in Delta November Delta, the letters. And then Race Graphics. Graphics is spelled Grafix. They're on Facebook. He paints cars. Go check him out and support him as he supports this league very tremendously. We appreciate him.
As our field starts to spread out a little bit more here, we're roughly almost 2/3 of the way through this, and man, these guys have been racing great. I mean, we still have a little bit of a battle here between Kilgore and Green, the 13 and the 7. They still have some fighting to be done here for a top 6 spot, but Alex Forget Barubi, he's opened up a gap of a little over a second over Timothy Pope, and Zach Wheeler has dropped down to 3rd, and he's also got a pretty swell position there, kind of being able to cruise around. Man, other than that, everybody's kind of spaced out and just able to tick away some laps.
It feels like a real race, honestly. I mean, actually, a NASCAR race, real truck drivers in real life, they'll be crashing already. These guys are better than that. But you talk about Pope in second. We hadn't talked about him. He's in the Racers for Christ Silverado in the 728 car. So, man, kind of like a sleeper. We hadn't talked much about him, but he's up there in P2 right now.
Yeah, he's up there, up 3 spots. You also got Greg Dobson. He's up 16, currently sitting there in 14th. So he's having a great night, and who knows? Maybe if a caution comes out or something like that, he can find his way up into a top 10 or even a top 5.
Yeah, what do you guys think about this racing? I mean, these guys are so clean, and they were last week as well. And they're fixing to start. I think the first race is at Miami, which isn't a whole lot different than this track. Are we gonna see a bunch of green flag laps out of these guys this season, or what? I mean, very impressive.
I think so, until the frustrations kick in and they start doing, animal instinct things and ramming the back end of each other there, and turning them. But we hadn't seen that here. I don't know if they're trying to put on a show or what. A lot of stuff we do, there's a lot of anger on over the voice radio. We hadn't heard anything. It's almost too quiet, like crickets.
As the 4 creeps up to that back bumper of Seegers, this is a battle for 8th. Looking Alexander having a pretty good late run here with, call it 36 laps to go. slowly kind of running out of laps. And my question to you guys is, when do you think we're going to start to see these final pit stops come down?
They're coming quick. I would say before the next 2 or 3 laps go by, you'll have your first takers. That just puts it on track with where they stopped the first time, and I think these guys are going to say, why mess with the strategy? As long as we stay green, make it a 2-stop race, and like I said earlier, you got an extra set of tires sitting there in the pits waiting on you if you need them.
Yeah, I think he saved that last set for maybe a green-white checker or something crazy at the end. So, hey, they're making it happen. I mean, I don't know what else to say. These guys it's almost like professional race car drivers out here tonight.
You said the 728 is running what kind of paint? Racers for Christ?
Yeah, Racers for Christ.
Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. His car number being 728. For you guys that have a Bible at home, go look at 2 Samuel 728. Maybe that's why he picked that number.
Look at the big brains on Alan. Wow. You drop knowledge on all kinds of stuff I can't even figure out. Bradley Wright looks like he's coming down in the pits. He's in 31st place, so he needs tires in that Air Force machine.
And who knows, that might start the whole shuffle down pit road as these drivers will start seeing people coming down and be like, you know what, that's not a terrible idea, as Jess Vaught enters pit road. So he's
Here they come.
He's dropping from 4th. And yeah, like I said, all it takes is, that 1 or 2, and people will say, you know what, let's all come on down. Oh, as Dustin Reel having a little bit of an issue.
Staying green.
Staying green. Let's take a quick replay of what happened here. As, looks like exiting turns number 1 and 2, and I don't know if he's just calling it a night, but he just kind of came to a stop there on the inside of the backstretch and kind of took a tow. So I don't know if he's calling it a night or what. And kind of sad to see him go, as this has been a fantastic race.
Yeah, P8 right now, Jeremiah Burke and the Budweiser car in the 00. They're kind of battling it out here.
Yeah, big old battle. You got, I believe that's a Wittenberg, Burke and Shoffat, as it looks like Burke coming down pit road. He's going to bow out of that battle for now.
Somebody was mowing the grass there, and he came out of it, didn't crash on the front stretch.
It's like Alex coming in. Forget Berube in. Bittner's in.
So, biggest thing here to watch is that time gap between Pope and Berube, as Pope has not done his second pit stop yet. I wonder if he's going to do it this time around.
He has 3-lap newer tires, so he may just be playing that strategy and stand out a couple more laps here to keep the times even. As
he drops down, so Tyler Green is now going to exit turn 4, and he's going to inherit the lead here as this thing kind of cycles around, and Wittenberg will hang on in kind of right around here in second. And so after these pit stops, all these drivers can make it to the end, as we're under 30 laps here to go.
"13 coming down, announcing the 50.
Gary Gutz is coming down as well. I think Deion Jones probably needs to come down pretty quick too in the number 8 Goodwrench car.
Where's he at? He's up 18 spots. He's in 15th.
Yeah, he needs to pit though. But he's still out there. He's keeping it going.
We haven't talked at all about Dion out there tonight in that 8 car.
Now he hit the wall on last turn 2. Let's see what happens here with him. I mean, his tire's got to be gone by now.
And I'm I'm showing him his pit lap was 36. So he's got some old rubber on that truck right now. But he's also working on trying to stay on a lead lap after all this cycles around.
So does Austin Paul. Greg Dobson finally coming in.
Ricky Wittenberg still
Paul's
staying
coming in.
out.
Yeah, that's what that's the difference in this thing. There's a little bit of you actually have to have a brain to do this. It's not just pulling the steering wheel left and punching the floorboard.
You have to have a brain. You have to have a brain to do anything.
Well, I mean, okay, like maybe one that's functioning. But
Yeah,
like,
a fully functional brain is.
Yeah, I've met some people that don't have one. Okay, that's what I was trying to say.
I got you. That just tickled me just right. Made me laugh.
Yeah, I could tell.
As Wittenberg comes down, so I believe we still only have one driver yet to pit, and that's Dion.
Angelica Timmerman as well. It looks like 36 on my screen was the last time she pitted.
You are correct. So she's out there on some kind of older rubber as she kind of rejoins the track here. I wonder if she drove down pit road because she had a kind of weird entry onto that back straightaway. She might have missed her box, which it might have appeared to be because she comes down right now.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate for her.
Whenever I'm practicing for a race, that's one of the last things I think about until the last minutes is thinking, oh man, what if it goes green? I need to practice coming into the pits and getting slowed down. It's 45 miles an hour on pit road. It's super slow compared to the speeds they're running out there, running 180 miles an hour.
Yeah, we got a little battle for 11th still here between Anderson and Oxendine. Excuse me, I think they're battling for a top 10 spot.
I know, but we still have a lot of cars out on the track. Usually in a race like this with 30-something cars or over 30 cars, a lot of people kind of bail. Nobody's really bailing on this thing.
Oh no, I mean,
clean.
And these guys are having fun. I mean, even if you're not a contender, to win some of this money here today, it's still a fun track to race. And these guys they're building camaraderie the more they race together, and they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave their guys hanging out on the track.
Yeah, Deion Jones is back in the pits. I'm not quite sure. He might have had an issue. That's going to be a tough one for him, losing spots.
So the 12 of Albert Anderson, with the encouragement of the folks online, looks like it's helping him out a little bit. Let's see, where's he at now? Thought he was in 10th. Showing him in 11th right now, so still up a couple spots from where he started. Really watching that 12.
Well, it's very difficult here. We don't have a statistician. We're watching a board that sometimes right, sometimes it's not. So
and it's showing him in 10th, so top 10 so far.
It's a computer deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and these guys are still kind of cycling around through what their pit stops were and whatnot as we kind of come down to about 20 laps to go here across the line here in a second. But you got the 19 of Berube kind of running away with this one. He's got a 4.5 or 4 1/3 second gap right now over Jess Vaught. But Jess Vaught also had a very quick pit time there, 13.12. So, he could have been saving a little bit and is going to dig hard here at the end.
Well, I don't know. Is he paying off the Mafia for that pit stop? Man, he got a little bit of he got a jump, didn't he? It's random. I'm just kidding. It just randomly happens to how these pits work. But he had a good one there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but you've also got Timothy Pope catching up to him right now, and that's going to be a battle for second. As of right now, what I've got for timing-wise, Zach Wheeler, he's sitting in fourth, but he's also got the fastest lap time of the day so far. So,
oh wow, yeah, he does.
He's right now sitting there in the money, even though he's sitting in fourth.
Yeah, That's where you want to be. You want to be in the money. If he can jump up a spot or two, we'll be in the double money. But look at Alex, the Mr. French Canadian.
He's
Montreal
tied.
Canadian.
He's tied for the best lap with
Well,
Alex Forget Barube.
It's a close. It's close.
30-74.
We're gonna have to, if it stays this way, we'll
We're
have
gonna
to
have to
get
go down to the
photo.
thousandth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, as we got the
Oh,
0-1
that's
around.
really cool. Staying green. He didn't hit anybody. Wow, what a save by Kelly Cool. Cars were making
Holy
it around
moly.
him. That was something else.
Kind of go back and watch what happened here.
What a save. And what great awareness by the cars coming up behind him to get around him.
And then, you know what? There's a pretty big dent in that back bumper of the 01, so I'm wondering if might have had a little help coming around there.
He was already backed it into the wall. We'll find out here.
As I'm not able to kind of see exactly what happened.
But
Unfortunately.
regardless, what a save. We didn't have our camera on it at the time. Sorry about that, folks, but oh, great job by the 01. This 20, what is this, the 20 car and the 36 going at 36 in the Superflow truck. Deciding he doesn't quite have the momentum to get around this 20 machine of Zach Wheeler. He's trying it again. I love this 2-wide racing here. This track is so wide and you can run so many lines. 20 got a little bit loose, went up towards the wall, and 36 will take that spot.
Well, that 36 is actually a lap down. So.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's just fighting to kind of try to stay in front of these leaders right now.
Yeah, well, that car is going to tend to push up the track. Is just what if you miss your lift point or whatever, you're gonna have a hell fighting it from going up hitting that wall. So it's a difficult track in my opinion. I don't think it's easy at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 01 of Cool looks like he backed into a telephone pole. I see it now. I see the damage on his tailgate and his spoiler.
As we'll
He
do
was at
it.
Walmart before the race and backed into one of those concrete things underneath the street light.
Hey, you know these are trucks. I bet underneath that panel you could probably store a few groceries under there. Might get a little heated and your ice cream might melt, but still,
Well, around here we call that a whiskey dent. He'll be all right.
Yeah,
Just keep running that thing.
Yeah, you got the 12 of Anderson still battling it out with Burke over 11th and 12th right now.
Yeah, and Albert Anderson, his pop said on Facebook, top 10 ain't bad. You're right. I mean, this field is huge. I think we did end up fielding 36 cars. So Albert's pop, and also Justin Bracco also saying, go Albert. So thanks, guys, for commenting on our Facebook page and on YouTube. We appreciate it.
If you ain't first, you're last. Oh, no, never mind. I just heard that somewhere. But let's talk about mdot.tv. That's where we broadcast, so you can find us. We love watching cool races, good races, and that's kind of what we're seeing here today.
And now we also got the 20 of Wheeler and the 84 of Bittner having a little battle here for 4th and 5th. And that 88, I believe, is a lap car, just kind of trying to hang on. He's going to watch these guys kind of battle it out, maybe stick his nose in there, or maybe help one of these guys out if he can.
Yeah, they're trying to work it out on the radio. It sounds like they're trying to kind of direct traffic a little bit, as they don't want to be held up by a lap car either.
Yeah, Zach Wheeler and the Sheriff Unit number 20 machine is having a little battle here, 4th and 5th place. I think it's Bittner who he's battling it out with.
So it's Sheriff Unit number 20?
That's what it says on his machine.
Might be a sheriff's deputy.
Well, I hope so. If he is, I want him to win.
He's got a lot of work to do with the leader 9 seconds up the road from him. Alex has a 4.3 second lead over second currently, with Timothy Pope with a 3.5 second gap to third. So those two, with 9 laps to go, as long as nothing too crazy happens here coming up this final stretch, looking pretty good, as Oxendine and Anderson still going at it.
Guys are starting to think about that C note plus 25 right now, I guarantee you.
C note. Oh, I know what that is. That's what we call down here folding money.
Folding money, that's right. I got some in my billfold right now. Not
Some
much.
A little bit of walking around money. That's what you need out here.
Most
And
of
you
mine
got a
got
chance
George
to win it.
Washington on them.
Yeah, I bet. Mine
And
too.
the ones in my pocket got Lincoln on them, so that's not very good math.
I got Jeff Snyder. He's currently sitting here. I believe he's in like a 20th, about 12 spots up from where he started. So he's had a solid day, just not quite as good as he would have hoped. Same thing with Tim Rivers. He's up 18, currently sitting in the 17th. We saw him kind of late on in this race, just due to getting kind of lapped. Him being able to hang on with these guys is Greg Dobson in that 085. We talked about him a bit today already, but he's up quite a few spots as well, currently sitting in a top 15, 14th place.
Yeah, a couple cars trying to battle for this first car lap down position, just in case we do get a caution here. Looks like Trevor Robertson and Zachary Self back there, Tim Rivers. So we'll see. Well, and then the scoring table flipped on me, so not sure if that's correct.
Yeah, that's life.
Technical difficulty and Louisiana internet. Hey, that's what it's all about.
You can't go wrong with the Louisiana Saturday night. But Brian Jablonski in the Clockwork Orange car, he stuck it out. He had a technical problem, and he's still racing, man. He's made up some spots. So, hey, that means you got somebody that's committed to racing.
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
that's
right.
going to put up with that. So, good for him. And I think he'll be an asset to this league for sure.
As the laps start to quickly fade away here, you get the 19 currently with 5 laps to go to get this win here today in this Bluegrass Brawl. And man, I'll tell you what, it's been from the start, it's been a little bit of a brawl, but once we started seeing some pit stops, things have spaced out a good way. So it was you would say a slobber knocker there at the start, but
yeah, a Bluegrass blast. That's what this has been. Been a great race to call.
But man, I tell you, once again, these guys basically doing the whole race under green flag conditions. I mean, you can't get any better than that. I mean, yeah, we would like to see maybe a late caution here, get everything stacked back up, and give some people another fighting chance. But
don't tell that to Alex in that 19. He don't want to hear that. He got a gap now, boy.
Yeah, this is where in like real NASCAR, somebody all of a sudden has an issue and does something stupid. We're not going to see that here, I don't think. Although I'd like to. I'd like to see wrenches flying, fists flying, helmets flying. But these guys have been nothing but cordial to each other, which is strange when you know this sport, this genre of iRacing simulation, not a game.
So these guys, regular season starts next week on Wednesday. Same time as tonight's race, so it's not too late to get in on this. You guys are looking for a league to join, especially a money league like this. The buy-in is super cheap. I can't remember what it is for the season. It's like $20 a season or something. But you get a whole season of racing for $20, and then a chance to win your money back every week. So look them up, Vigilante Racing League, on your iRacing directory. Check them out on Facebook. Definitely, if you're looking for a place that's competitive and clean and you can earn your money back in one race, definitely go check them out. It's not too late to join.
I see
agree.
white flag is waving. Alex Forge Barubi coming down that long back straightaway down into turns 3 and 4. He's got a heck of a gap coming up there behind him. as he's about ready to take this checkered flag away here tonight.
No cautions.
Wow.
No cautions.
What a race.
Only
Kennedy
fire
opened second and just fought in third.
as the only fireworks we're getting here tonight is the fireworks you see there in the background.
What a race, man.
Well, that'll have to do for me, I suppose. Wait till the season starts and people start getting some rivalries going on. That's what I'm talking
It
about.
looks like Zach Wheeler might have your fastest lap time. He ran a 30:73. That might be good enough to take him and Tyler Green.
Ooh, so we're gonna be biting nails here, trying to.
Yeah. I'm glad and Zachary Self. I'm glad I don't have to figure this out.
Ooh, doggy man.
3 cars that had the fastest lap, so I don't know how they're going to do that. They're going to go down to the 1,000th, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure as 19 of Alex Forget Berube gets the win here in that Montreal Canadiens car. As you see these guys kind of line up and take a little bit of a photograph, and Jeff Vaught
awesome.
getting a solid finish. Of course, he's being a little bit of a kind of the OG of this thing. He's able to pick up third place, which is always good to see. And after seeing such a great clean race, we can't wait to hear what these guys have to say about it, because man, it was exciting to watch, and I'm sure in these cars it was a pretty exciting race.
Yeah, Albert Anderson's pop saying this technology is amazing. That was a lot of fun. It really is fun to watch. It's almost like you're watching a real race. And Brandon on YouTube saying, Alex Gray, you may not win, but in the words of your father, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
That's good. But no, you talk about the technology, and as our viewer described, I was looking at the TV today, just watching some NASCAR stuff, and they popped up some iRacing stuff, and you couldn't, if you were standing in the kitchen or something, you couldn't tell the difference. I was like, what race is that? And then looked a little closer, it was actually iRacing. So big deal, it's growing, and these guys are having a damn good time at it. So
Albert needs to get his pop to get on here and race, because tell you what, it is.
Yeah, he'd like it. He'd like it. So awesome, man. I'm glad people enjoyed it.
So we'll start off our interviews here. You know what? I actually don't have the roll. Could you flip either you guys have a roll to bring Jess up?
Stand by. No, I do not. Let me go down there and tell him.
Yeah.
Well, just like another technical issue, No worries, right, Brown?
Yeah, no worries at all. Racing here is concluded. So, all that's left to hear is the thoughts of some of these drivers.
Here comes Jess.
Alrighty. Awesome. Here we go. Jess, man, you were up front pretty much the entire race, and it just seemed that both Pope and Berube were able to kind of get a run on you there late, but you had a fantastic last pit stop to kind of make a run at it, man, and congratulations, you're finishing here in the money. And just what are your thoughts on that race? I mean, green flag the entire time. We saw that for the second time in a row.
Yeah, that speaks to our effort to get great drivers into this league, and then just how talented they are and respectful they are of each other. So yeah, it's I was impressed. This is the second race in a row, as I'm sure you guys probably noted, that we went flag to flag with so many trucks on the track.
It was exciting to watch. We were on the edge of our seat. It was kind of a situation where you're almost hoping for a caution. Man, I need a break and turn my brain off for a minute. But yeah, you're right. You guys got some great drivers here. It just speaks to the effort you guys are putting in on Vigilante Racing League to make some great racing, and it really showed tonight.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this group of drivers. We've been screening folks and watching them race, and then get them into this league, and it's good. It's good to see people, this many people come out for a great event, and we appreciate you guys putting it on.
Yeah. Hey, congrats on P3. But here's the deal. we got a long season coming up. We got to see some little fireworks. We need some rivalries. Is that going to happen, you think, with these guys? Unless you guys are acting too nice to each other.
I think it's coming. Maybe it's a little bit of storming and forming. We're playing nice with each other right now, and someone's going to get rubbed the wrong way. It's going to get rubbed the wrong way at some point, and then
I remember that from NCO Academy. Norming, perform.
I like it. Awesome, dude. Good show. You have picked some damn good drivers because it was, we haven't seen a caution with y'all, so good job.
No, hey, thanks very much, guys, and thank you for putting on the broadcast.
Awesome, and I would see Lori's joined us up here. Lori, were you doing race control again tonight?
I was.
Man, I mean, talk about another great race. I mean, I know you were doing race control a couple of weeks ago at Auto Club, and I mean, again, flag to flag race, and I mean, your job's just getting pretty easy, isn't it?
It is. I'm learning a lot from a lot of the guys, from Dave and Kelly and Jess and Ricky. So it's fun. I've been doing with this with him for a while. So I apologize. I did not mean to jump in here.
That's all right.
Okay.
You're welcome too. But hey, we're looking
to this interview.
We're looking forward to the season.
This is the equivalent of broadcast picture bomb.
Yeah, that's what a photo bomb. No, you're good.
I'm excited for everyone. They're having fun.
Hey, but while she's here, I just want to say thanks to Lori for letting me do this, my kids and my team. We got a great core group of guys who are putting this together. Ricky Wittenberg, Kelly Cool, Dave Mayberry, and a lot of other people are helping us out too. So yeah, thanks to everybody, and you guys have a good evening. I'll get the first place finisher up here so he can brag a little bit.
Awesome, we appreciate it, man.
All right, you guys take care.
You too.
As we're now joined up here in the booth, our big winner of the night. Now, Alex, you're going to have to correct us if we're saying your name wrong, but is it Alex Forget Barubi?
Exactly. This is the first time somebody...
Hey! Representing Quebec up in the house,
yes,
huh?
Exactly.
We got you, man.
But man, talk about a stellar run to pick up the win and some big time money here tonight. It just seemed, especially once when that kind of first run got along the way, you were able to hang on even with older tires just to kind of push the pace and able to take the lead. And I mean, you'd never look back.
Yeah, I don't know. At first, I started ninth, and I was holding my position and moving through to the top 5. And then suddenly when we have like 10 to 15 laps of fuel left, it just flew away. I got up to 3rd, pitted first time, and I was just able to go away with it. That was awesome. That was a nice track, nice truck, nice setup. I know it's the fixed setup, but this is just, it was fast. It was awesome.
Yeah, we sure enjoyed watching you, man. And you were very consistent. You know, you may not have run the fastest lap every time, but you were very, very consistent. You stayed out of trouble. We really enjoyed watching you race. Congrats on the P1, and yeah, Quebec. I'm from Louisiana. We might be kin some way, but I'm not really sure. But we enjoyed it, Alex. We really appreciate. Hey, are you going to be on for the whole season?
Yeah, I'm gonna use part of this money that I'm getting tonight to pay my fee.
Yeah, there you go. You're making money. Hey, great job. I just want to say, the Canadians better than the Bruins, the Boston Bruins? Just a question.
I'd say with last year, yeah. Last season, they were better.
I just wanted to put that out there, but no, you flew away with it. You actually did. You were talking about flying away. All of a sudden, you were very consistent, did a great job, kept the truck clean. Congratulations on the P1.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Back to Alan Brown, the #1 Bruins fan. Sorry, Alan.
Yeah, you know what? It's all right. The Canadians got a win here today, and they did pretty solid in the last NHL playoffs there. But we'll see how our normal season goes along here. As getting some final words coming up from Mr. Pope. He does not have a mic,
Oh no!
unfortunately, so we're not going to be able to do our normal race kind of interview. But he does say, it was a great race, and again, congrats to Alex. That's coming from Mr. Pope. So, man, talk about a fantastic group of guys here, and talking about a fantastic race. I mean, green flag the entire time. We had action all around up until about the last 5 laps. We had battles going around all over the place.
Yeah, it didn't disappoint, man. From the front to the back, some of the best battles we saw were for 8th or 13th or 10th. Middle of the pack stuff, and 11 cars ended up finishing on the lead lap, which, for a race that went 100 laps flag to flag green, that's not too bad. So
it's very good. And like Jess said, there's things brewing. It's gonna happen. We're gonna see some cool fireworks in this series, and actually really good racing. And I don't want to see people get wrecked, without a reason, of course. But hey, good on these guys, and I'm super happy that we got to be a part of it.
Yeah, so what we'll do now is kind of tell you where everybody shook out in this Bluegrass Brawl. And man, it was a brawl with Alex Forge Berube coming home with the win and some big time money, with Timothy Pope being able to finish here in second. You got the 33 of Jess Vaught finishing there in third. You had Josh Bittner. He's able to get a top 4 finish. Same thing with Zach Wheeler, able to finish here in 5th. He's going to be one of the ones that he might be in that running for some fastest lap money. Like I said, we're going to have to break this thing down to thousandths, maybe even more than that, to see who wins that. You got Steve Seagars finishing here in 6th. You got the 7 car finishing 7th. That's Russ Kilgore. Albert Anderson, I got you finishing here in 8th. So good run from you. You got Joshua Oxendine having a solid race, finishing here in 9th, with Ricky Wittenberg, the 55, rounding out your top 10.
Yeah, I'm looking at a different scoring table than you are. I'm sorry. I've got Wittenberg finishing 11th, but the 085 of Greg Dobson, what a night he had, up 18 spots in that 085 car. A Canadian won the race, and a Canadian got the most positions gained, or as we like to call it, the hard charger award. First car lap down, but he wasn't there long. He stayed on the lead lap most of the race. The 753 of Jeremiah Burke in 13th. The 3 of Austin Paul in 14th place. The 50 of Gary Godso in 15th. The 36 of Tim Rivers in 16th. The 01 of Kelly Cool, we saw him have a little bit of trouble late, finishing 1 lap down also in 17th. The 34 of Jeffrey Green, well, I don't think we mentioned his name very much tonight, but still a solid finish, 1 lap down in 18th. This was a big field, 36 cars, and if you're going to finish right smack in the middle, that's not a bad finish for the 34 of Jeffrey Green. The 29 of Jeff Snyder finishing in 19th. The 4 of Alexander Gray, who had a lot of fans on on social media today. Last car in your top 20. The 6 of Trevor Robertson in 21st. 88 of Eric Klafka in 22nd. The 77 of Zachary Self in 23rd. The 35 of David Mayberry in 24th. The 00 of Jacob Shoffett in 25th. And the 027 of Angelica Timmerman in 26th. The 81 of Jonathan Osborne in 27th. And the number 8 of Dion Jones finishing 28th. Go ahead, Adam. You got the rest, buddy.
I'll finish it off. 58 of Clinton Chambers, 29th. 16th of Bradley Wright, and 30th. Number 07 of Brian Jablonski. We mentioned him a little bit. 31st. Good on him for continuing through that race. 37 Dustin Reel, 32nd. 27th, Jack Dixon, 33rd. 25th, Cody Kelly, 72 laps down. He had an issue, 34th. And I believe Devin Shaw and George Rincon, they didn't put in a lap. So that's the end of it there, boys.
That is the end of it, and Kentucky Speedway was popping here tonight. We thank you all for tuning in and watching. Unfortunately, that's kind of it for our evening. You can look forward to on Midwest Days of Thunder. You can watch Fallen God on Twitch. He's got the Midwest Days of Thunder ARCA series coming up tomorrow night, and up until next week, that'll do it here from us, as this league will officially start next week, coming at you from Miami. But until that next race, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We signing off.
Hey, thanks a lot for sponsoring us, D&D Race Graphics. Go check them out on Facebook. These races can't go on without good support. And when you have a good sponsor like D&D Race Graphics, they can make stuff happen. And hey, this is the product of it. We're getting some great racing out of this group, and looking forward to next week when the regular season starts. And with that being said, we gone.
See ya.